Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Keystone. Welcome back to SBAA Nation. Guys, I was at UFC 318. I've been really on freaking target the last two events. Now, it's kind of amazing that I'm able to set these Hail Marys where, like in this case, I had two misses, right? You can see them right here. Zellhuber, I think he kind of let everyone down. And then don't even get me started on Kevin Holland. I mean, you guys watched that fight, I'm sure. Got a lot of us. That fight got a lot of freaking people, including myself. Now, we did some good things, and I just can't help but feel I'm like due for one of these. This is the third one this year that I've gotten close. We've had two that have had, I think, just one leg that missed, and then like two more that have made. So I guess it's four technically. Yeah, check some of these recaps out. I'm gonna go quick breakdown. Not gonna break down the fight like thoroughly, but we're going to give you a prop I like in every single one, kind of like on the screen here. And then I have a couple props that I really like over on DFS, and I'm going to give you guys, hook you up on. Let's show you a couple things that we've been up to. I've been kind of missing in action. Now, on my last UFC video, I did it from the hotel room in New Orleans, and I gave you guys these four props, and they ended up all hitting. So that was cool. And then this was the week before, and, say what you will. Maybe I went a little fancy with an all money line parlay for threads, like style points, but I knew Lewis was live in that, and the correct play was simply to just take the under 1.5. And looking back on it, a lot of my guys cashed out, $5 bets for $460. So, I mean, everyone was happy. I myself, unfortunately, didn't. I just really wanted to let it ride. I wanted that win, guys. So, but we're due. Okay. So I wanted to tell you guys too, if you're not over on my winnable free plan yet, guys, it's 100% free. I literally text plays just like this out to your phone. I promote apps sometimes, but I'm giving you winning plays like this. Now, I sent this one out earlier in the week. I think it was like Tuesday or Wednesday for MLB, and we hit it. So it was a discount play. So they limit you to $10, but is anyone going to complain about turning 10 into 200? I think not. Gave this play out for free over on Dabble. Now, if you don't follow me there, that's my name right there. I do set some UFC plays. Sometimes they're VIP slips. Sometimes I give them out for free. But you can definitely follow me on Dabble. This happened to be an MLB slip, but I think the last time I set a UFC slip over on Dabble, we ended up hitting it. And then, ever since I got back home, we had one bad night. I think it was on Monday. And then, man, I've just been crushing ever since. We've been hitting all these MLB hit parlays, a couple other plays. I even got close on a MLB Hail Mary, which are very difficult. I mean, we were right there, and these two teams were like huge freaking favorites, man. So right there, knocking on the doorstep of a freaking Hail Mary. I did actually set one, and it's already been posted on the winnable free plan. So if you want that Hail Mary this week, it's already posted, guys. It's like I said, it's 100% free to sign up. But you can see we've just been crushing the books. Now, we did some good things. Like we won this bet. I think this was a Nashville slip. It was 105. It was almost 10x our money. This one right here, we started 318 off so great. I don't think I ever predicted an undercard better than I did. I mean, this was just beautiful way to start the night. And then the main card was just, it was bad. All the underdogs won. Kevin Holland really got me, like I said. So, but, all in all, we still did some good things. I wish 318 would have gone a little better, but I did want to let you guys know that the winnable free plan, 100%, you're going to get this week's Hail Mary posted on there. So go sign up. And then I also want to let you know, $5 off the day pass, going to get you every single slip. I got a banger for you in this video that we'll get into, but let's go kind of just break down each fight real quick. And then I'm going to give you guys my $800, which is basically like a 1.6 unit play to win 10 grand. And I got a great feeling about it. It's definitely a long shot. So keep that in mind. But so let's start with this first fight. We got Martin Buday versus Marcus Buchecha in his UFC debut. Now, this guy is one of them Jap boys. I think he might have come out of the same place that Renier de Ritter did, who's in the main event. I do like him. Buday's a pretty solid, well-rounded guy, but I think that this guy, I mean, the UFC needs a dangerous dude. They need somebody to come in here and kind of shake this division up a little bit. The heavyweight division just needs a little help, and I'm hoping this guy isn't just all hype. I mean, he's a big dude. He's really fit for his height and weight. So we'll see. But apparently he's very one of these BJJ guys that just is allegedly very lethal. So I do like him to probably finish Buday at some point, whether it's by KO or sub. I would lean the submission. All right, so moving on to the second fight, we got Muhammad Yahya versus Steve Gwynn. Now, Muhammad's one of these dudes that I think he really only fights overseas. Probably just here to collect a paycheck, and kind of like a punching bag, basically. I don't know if Steve will finish this guy, but it wouldn't shock me if he got him kind of late, maybe third round. But I'm just leaning Steve probably over. I definitely would lean decision here, but the money line is kind of pricey. So I mean, it's if you wanted to combo that or just use it as a parlay piece, that'd be the recommendation. But the pick's going to be Steve to win the fight. Like I said, I do like it by decision, and I definitely would lean over 1.5 or over 2.5, and 1.5 is probably a pretty safe parlay piece. Let me mute my phone here, boys, so we don't have text galore going off. All right, so the next fight, you know, I want to. I really do want to get behind Ebo Aslan. The line has been moving to him. Uh, you know, he did not look very good against Ion Kutabala in his last fight, man. I had him in that fight. I mean, he's okay, I guess. Nothing blows me away from this guy. He does hit hard. I guess there's that. But this guy's shown some durability, Billy. I mean, I would lean Aslan, but it's not a confident pick, guys. I'd probably just avoid this fight. And who knows what to do with the fight time? It's like literally set at like 7.5 minutes, right in the middle. So I'd probably just kind of lean away from that one, or use maybe Aslan. Fight does not go to decision, probably be another solid look. All right, so then we got a couple of chicks. We got Amanda Hebos, I think is how you pronounce it, and then Tabitha Ritchie. Now, I would lean Ebos in this fight. I think she's coming down a weight class. I think she's normally a 125er. And I just think she's going to be a bigger girl, bigger reach. I don't see this girl, Tabitha, who kind of has wrestling roots, but it's kind of become more of a striker over time. I think that Amanda's just going to do everything a little bit better than her. The money has been pouring in on her. I do think that there's a good chance that both these chicks have a decent shot to hit their strike lines. I mean, they do have some wrestling chops. You can see they both average over 2 takedowns per fight, but I just think if she does get takedowns, Amanda's probably just going to work her way back up rather quickly. So I do think this could be just a stand and trade kind of fight. I think the over 2.5 is a very safe parlay piece. It is very juiced. It's like -400. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so next fight we got the veteran Davy Grant. This guy's a really good striker. He's fun. He's willing to get into brawls. He's got high strikes per minute. And then Blackshear is one of these guys that like he looks good sometimes. I believe I saw this guy at Kansas City live. Yeah, and he chose to not go to any jiu-jitsu, wrestling, nothing, no grappling in that fight. It was just stand and trade. He had a lot of significant strikes in that one. I don't know if that's the game plan he should have against a guy like Davey, seasoned veteran. I would definitely lean Blackshear in this fight. I think he's going to just do everything a little better. But he's also kind of expensive. I think it's like almost -400 now. So it's a parlay piece. I do think both these guys, if he fights the way he fought in his last fight in Kansas City, I think there's a strong chance that both these guys could hit their significant strike lines as well, just trading punches. But I really do think that this one probably has a good chance to go to a decision. I don't really see either guy finishing here. And if I did have to pick a guy to finish, it'd probably be Blackshear. He might, get him on his back or something, and probably a submission. I don't think that he's going to get a knockout on Davy Grant. So, all right, next fight we got a Muslim Salikov, the old veteran, dude's practically my age. And then Carlos Leal. Now, if you guys probably heard some chatter, if you watch some other UFC videos on YouTube this week, Carlos, he's fought here before. I think it was actually in his UFC debut. And a lot of people say he got robbed of that fight. I went ahead and rewatched it. I would actually concur that I think he got robbed in that fight. Now, this is a spot where I do think, and the books agree, I think it's -140. You're going to see it in my awesome parlay that I'm going to give you guys. I just don't see this guy taking that chance again. I think he's going to do everything. He does come in with massive pressure. I think he's going to get in this dude's face and probably just hit him really freaking hard. So I kind of lean the under 1.5. I think he has a really good shot of getting this done in the first round. But the pick is going to be Carlos by KO. I do like that quite a bit. It's one of my favorite pieces you could do in this entire card. All right, so next fight we got Thug Nasty Bryce. Now a lot of people down on Bryce, but you look at his losses, man. He's fought some really good people. Now, does he say some crazy stuff? Yeah, but so do I. I mean, I say crazy stuff. I mean, I don't care about what he says. I care about how he fights, and I care about, do I think he can win a fight. Now, if this fight goes to a decision, you'd have to think maybe we might get some fishy judge stuff and all that. But I don't know. I think stylistically, this is actually just a good spot for Bryce. He's coming down in weight class, I think for the first time ever, down to 135, usually a 145er. And I think that actually might help him, to be honest with you. We'll see. I mean, this is pretty much a pick 'em. A little bit of money has come in on Bryce. Say Syed's like, you're gonna hear a theme this week that, like, oh, this guy's unbelievable with his, long arms, and he's one of the best, front chokers in the game. Like, I don't think Bryce. I hope Bryce is not dumb enough to fall into that trap here. But I do think his striking is mediocre at best. But I do think he should have success here. I think he's gonna have some success wrestling, man. I just do. I think he'll wear down if he can get some control time. I really don't see Syed finishing Bryce. So maybe decision, maybe just skip this fight. But the money line pick for me is going to be Bryce. I'm going to take the chance with some wrestlers this week. I feel like we're just kind of due for maybe some wrestlers to win this week. So all right, this next fight's an interesting one. So you got a lot of money pouring in on Nikita. I think these lines aren't accurate. Yeah, that's about right. He's like a 2-1 favorite now. Krylov versus Bogdan Guskov, the Anthony Smith clone, I guess is what everyone's saying. Now I saw Anthony Smith fight in Kansas City in his retirement fight, and he does kind of remind me of him, that little profile pic and everything. But I'll tell you this, man. I think Bogdan's dangerous, man. I think this dude is really dangerous. He comes with a ton of power, shown very susceptible takedown defense to this point in his career. If that's the game plan that Krylov does, it could be a long night for him. And, he might even get submitted. It's very possible. Now, the under 1.5 in this fight, I do think is tricky, but I do think that this fight does not make the distance. I think there is going to be a finish from one of these two. I'm leaning Bogdan, guys. I think the dude's just dangerous. I think if this guy, makes one mistake coming in, trying to get a double take, grab both those legs at the same time, and he might just get served. He might just get clocked. So we'll have to see. But I'm kind of leaning the dog in this one. I already have it in the Hail Mary play, I believe. I think I took the dog in that one, or maybe I took the under rounds. I can't remember. Usually I set 2 Hail Marys for all you guys, and I haven't set the second one yet. So whatever I did in the first one, I'll probably take the rounds if I took the money line in the first one. You know what I mean? All right. So next fight we got Asu Amabayev versus Jose Ochoa. Now I saw Ochoa fight on short notice against Cody Durden at UFC Atlanta. I was live there up in the Top Golf Suite. And I'll be honest with you, at that point, I was like probably about 8 or 9 Coronas in, and I had to go take a piss right before this fight. But I did get there and see Ochoa just in time finish Cody Durden. Cody Durden ended up coming up into that suite later to say hi to a couple guys. And yeah, she was just right there. He got his face looked a little beat up. But now Ochoa is very fast. We'll see how his takedown defense is. Cody did get him a couple times. And I can't help but feel like if Cody wouldn't have got knocked out when he did, like that fight just kept going, I think he probably would have had more success wrestling as the fight went on. I could be wrong, guys. It's hard to say. This kid's young. He's a little cocky. I just think this is a lot of experience on the Asu side. I think Asu is one of these guys that absolutely will chain takedowns. So I like the over 2.5 takedowns a lot in this fight. You're going to see that in the price pick slip, I think. No, actually, they had it at 3.0. So I had that somewhere else, though. But if you're talking just straight pick in this fight, there's a couple angles you can take. I think this one does go to a decision. I don't see either guy really finishing the other one here. And I also lean Asu. I think this is a bounce back spot for him. Jose hasn't fought this kind of wrestler yet. All respect to Cody Durden. He just hasn't. And this is like a spot I think Asu just kind of bounces back here with all this experience. So the pick's going to be Asu. It's pretty close. It's like a straight pick 'em now. But it really would not shock me if Jose won either. I do like the over 2.5, and the fight goes to decision, like I mentioned. All right, so we got Shara Bullet Magomedov versus Marc-Andre Barriault. Now, Marc Andre literally almost sent Bruno Silva to his grave in the last fights. Can't remember what card that was on, but I think I watched that one on TV. I don't think it was at one of the events I was at. I've been to Kansas City, Atlanta, and 318 in New Orleans now. So I've been pretty active getting down to some of these spots, or in the case of Kansas City, up. But yeah, I don't think this was one that I was live for. I don't remember the event it was, but I know he almost killed Bruno Silva, who that I mean that fight has not aged well. He had been served a couple times in his prior couple fights to that. And Shara, I mean, dude, I literally just don't like the hype around this guy. I mean, I think he's good, but I don't think he's that good. It's kind of ridiculous. But he's like he's like a little celebrity over here in this part of the world. So I get it. He's the odds are absolutely disgusting. He's a 7-1 favorite. There's absolutely no value on this fight. I would recommend guys don't touch this one. Just don't touch it because you never know. Like I think Shara easily could knock Marc Andre out, but then again, at the same time, I could see this. You know, being a longer fight potentially. The fight times kind of bounce all over the place. And Marc Andre is actually kind of dangerous too. He's got some finishing upside. He might even have a little bit of success potentially in the grappling game. I doubt it. I mean, I think it's probably just going to be a stand and trade, but we shall see. All right, and then the co-main event, we got Petra Yan versus Marcus McGee. I believe this fight should be a fun one. I think that McGee might be a little underrated, but I don't know if he's ready for this level of competition. Petra Yan has literally fought the best of the best, guys. He's only lost to the best. Very tactical striker. Both these guys land high strikes per minute. I think you could see some wrestling mixed in by Petra. Wouldn't shock me one bit if he had a couple takedowns in this fight. Traditionally, he's kind of a slower starter, but he usually picks up and just kind of out tacticals his opponents as the fight goes on, if that makes any sense. So the pick for me is going to be Petra. I do think he wins this fight by decision. You're going to see that in a sec. Marcus, we'll see. We'll see what the hype is about this guy. But the pick for me is going to be Yan, and I do like this fight to go. Probably if Yan did get a finish, I think it would be in the final rounds. I know some of my friends are on that, but I like him by decision personally, guys. All right, and then in the main event, we got freaking Robert the Legend Whitaker going up against RDR. Now this guy's got a lot of hype. A lot of people correctly picked him to smoke Bo Nickel, and that happened pretty easily. Got him a nice little knee to the liver. This dude's actually really freaking good. The more and more I watch him, the more and more I'm convinced that he's like actually just really freaking good. And we'll see. Like Whitaker's clearly like going to be the better striker, but I don't think this guy's striking's like terrible. And I just can't help but feel like after watching Whitaker in his last fight, now granted, I know Chimaev's really freaking good, but this guy's good too, man. And I just feel like he's gonna get the sub. I just think if this fight gets down to the ground, this guy's gonna just outwork Whitaker, wear him down. This guy's been in a lot of 5-round wars. I think if the fight does get extended, it probably starts to lean him, and then at that point, I'd probably completely flip. But I have a game plan with what we're gonna do. So let's get right into it. My pick is gonna be Rainier. I do think that he probably ends this before the halfway point of the fight. So I would say Rainier in round 3 by submission would be just a super fun bet. Could be round 2 though. Could be round 1. He could get it done right away. This dude's really big, man. He's like an inch taller than me, just super long. He's gonna have a big reach advantage. And yeah, I just think he's gonna. I think that you're seeing that kind of changing of the guard right now in the UFC this year. I think it's Renee's time to. This is by far probably the best guy he's ever fought. So yeah, let's get into a couple plays I got prepared for y'all. So we're gonna start with this. I have to be really careful now because YouTube's like on like crackdown about like sharing, stuff, and like I just want to let you guys know there's no guarantees. It's sad that I even have to put disclaimers up. Some of the crap they'll let on this platform, and then like sharing something like this is like a no. It's truly just insane the world we live in, but. Anyways, guys, this, like I said, this is like a 1 point, whatever that is, 6.5 unit play for me. Normally on a plus 1100 long shot like this, I would never put this much. It'd be more like a half unit bet, if anything. But I just want to win 10 racks this week, baby. I got a feeling that this is the play. So this first leg, I think it's money. I think we're gonna hit it, and that's Carlos Leal by KO, TKO, or disqualification. Now we think he's gonna get that KO. I think he might even do it in the first freaking round. So that's gonna be the first leg of this. Second one is exactly what I told you guys. Petra Yan by decision, man. Negative 150. The books do think this is the most likely outcome in that fight. So you got two pretty good little legs here that I think the books have these as like the most likely to happen. Okay. So I think for this kind of value, right, Keith, what's the third one? It must be something like really long shotty. Well, not really. And looking back on it, maybe I should have been a little less greedy and put by KO and submission like a double chance here. But the payout was a lot less. It was only like plus 140 or something. And I want 10 racks. And sometimes when you just kind of know, I call it, you go. And I'm not saying he's going to 100% do this, but that's my pick. And sometimes when you just got to go for it. You got to put yourself out there. You get a belief in your head and you take your shot. If you win, you win. If you lose, oh well, you move on to the next one. So that's going to be the slip right there, boys. I hope you guys tell it, and I hope we can just come back and like celebrate this and remember this was like a turning point in the year 2025 for a lot of us. I really think, man, I think this has just got a great shot, man. I just do. So that's going to be the pick. And then so I actually partnered with Prize Picks. That's why I've been a little less active this week. Been working on some stuff behind the scenes. Now, guys, they have by far the coolest freaking sign up offer. I think this is the best, especially the best for you broke guys that say, Keith, man, I really want to get down on UFC, but I only got like $10. Well, go deposit it into Prize Picks, and with promo code SBAA or the link below, you're going to get $50 once you place a $5 wager. So it's perfect for the broke guys. Okay. It's like, seriously, like it don't get much better than that. So now all of a sudden you put $10 in there, you deposit it, you got 60 freaking dollars to play with on the weekend when you use promo code SBA. So let's get into some of these props I like. All right. So the first one, some of these will kind of, tail off like some of the things I've said, of course. Let's just go the first three here. So we got Carlos Leal. I like him to hit that fantasy score. Like I said, guys that can finish in the first two rounds usually score pretty well. And I think he gets this done. So I do like this a lot. Because I'm picking, Renier de Ritter to beat Robert Whitaker, I kind of like Robert under the fantasy score. What I'm basically hoping for here is that RDR finishes him rather quickly. So he has absolutely no chance to get to this 56.5 fantasy score. And then Bryce and Siad, 70.5 strikes between these two. What I'm hoping for here is that there's just a lot of grappling, a lot of mat time, hopefully some control time by Bryce because he is my pick. And then, maybe even Sayada gets a little bit of grappling mix in there. Maybe he goes for some sub attempts, but doesn't get them. And, it's just kind of a staler, slower, pick your spot kind of fight. So I like the combo under strikes in this one. And then Bogdan, I like him to hit this strike line. I feel like it's just like this, basically what all the books are banking on here is that this fight just ends in under 5 minutes. And I'm not so convinced, man. I think there's going to be a finish. I just don't know if it's going to happen quite that fast. So 15.5, I think, is what this originally opened at. I don't mind it here. I'd play it up to like 18, 19.5, something like that. So we're going to take a shot on that one. And then the last two, I do like Marcus Buchecha, the first fight of the night. The guy that coming over from, I think it's Japan. I do like him to get a finish here. So I think he'll score pretty well on this fantasy score. I think he does finish Bidet at some point. So I like that. 50 feels like a pretty reasonable number. Even if he doesn't get the finish, ends up winning by decision or something in a hard round, he should still score pretty good because I think he'll get some takedowns. I think, the striking should be there. I think he'll probably have a good shot to hit this no matter what, as long as he gets that little decision win bonus at the end. And then Asu, I like him a lot. It wouldn't shock me if he had 4 to 6 takedowns, somewhere in that range. It really would not shock me one bit. I think Ochoa is just not ready for this. And then, he's an underrated striker too. So I think this just feels a little low, and I can't help but feel if he wins the fight, he's absolutely going to have a really good shot to have this fantasy score. So that's all I got for you guys. Like I said, get on the winnable free plan. You'll get my Hail Marys, you'll get some bonus slips, and then my day pass if you want all my other slips like this one right here. And then, yeah, guys, my day pass, $5 off, promo code UFC. I'll put the link down below. You're going to get all my freaking slips that look like this. A lot of them are not this aggressive, of course. We're trying to profit here. So keep that in mind. But I'm going to have probably, I think we have 3 total book play set. I like to really wait till I watch the weigh-ins to set some more on Friday nights. So I'm going to either do 2 more, we'll be on 5, possibly 4 more. And we're going to go heavy and have 7. So I like to stay on those odd numbers, 3, 5, and 7s. It's the way to do it, baby. All right, so that's all I got for you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you drop a comment. Let me know who you think that wins that main event. Are you on Team Whitaker or are you on Team RDR? Because man, it should be a good fight. I'm excited about this fight. I think it's going to be a real fun one. So yeah, drop a comment, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe too. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.